The EOCC, it's the Equal Opportunity Employment whatever of America. This Karen goes on and makes a video asking if white men are the victims of discrimination from being hired in the workplace. I'm not making this shit up. Watch the video, then let's talk.
Andrea Lucas, chair of the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Are you a white male who's experienced discrimination at work based on your race or sex? You may have a claim to recover money under federal civil rights laws. Contact the EOC as soon as possible. Time limits are typically strict for filing a claim. The EOC is the federal agency charged with enforcing federal anti-discrimination law against businesses and other private sector employers. The EOC is committed to identifying, attacking, and eliminating all forms of race and sex discrimination, including against white male applicants and employees. Check out EOC.gov to learn more and read our one-page explainer about DEI-related discrimination.
Somehow, some way, white people on the right have to be the center of attention. They are so emotionally insecure. They've spent their entire pitiful lives having sex with their cousins, marrying their sisters, living in poverty, having no wealth, and they blame everybody for their miserable, shitty life, except for the person looking back in the mirror. Oh no, it's Riley Gaines, the biggest loser, who finished 6th place instead of 5th because it was a transgender. It's tampons in bathrooms. When George Floyd was murdered, what do? They don't focus on police reform or the fact that another black man was killed by a white man. No, they focus on the 7% of bad protests. The summer of love scare the white people that BLM is bad. Or Lincoln Riley. Awful what happened to her. But it was 1 out of 41,000 gun deaths. Why? Because they need to be the victim. It was a brown person from Mexico. But at the same time, they voted for a adjudicated rapist, pedophile, convicted felon who caused an insurrection and led to the death of officers. Somehow that's okay. Why? Because he's white. It always boils down to this, my friends. They will blame black people for everything. Brown people, immigrants, Muslims. Go look at the demographics from the last couple elections. Harris and Trump, the only demographic in a majority that didn't vote for Harris, white people. I wonder why. Zohran Mamdani, the only demographic as a majority that didn't vote for him, white people. Go look at the early polling in the Jasmine Crockett race in Texas, and James Tallarico, who I like. I think he's a good dude. Look at the demographics. White men, white women, and Latino men are the people that are voting for him. Every other person's voting for Jasmine Crockett. Do you see a trend? The reality is that this country would rather suffer under a white man than thrive under a black woman. That's just a fact. And this little Karen, you want to know why women buy into this? I'll tell you why. Because they buy into the white male patriarchy. They read one piece of scripture that says you're supposed to be submissive to your husbands. And they treat them and they act like they're slaves or servants. As if their job is to make bonbons and to make babies and to cook and clean and do the dishes. Basically, servants. And you have a lot of young white men that listened to the racist podcaster and said, yep, that's your role. I don't feel like a real man because now a woman's a CEO. Now my girlfriend left me and she's running her own company. And they're losing their shit because they don't know how to handle it. They so bad have lived their lives being in control just because they were born white. And they don't know what to do. They're having a hard time. They're grasping for anything. They can't cope. So they go back to what they know, being the victim. The only demographic in this country that has never been the victim are white people. It's true. My grandparents weren't put in a will. My great-grandparents weren't put in a tree. My great-great-great-great-grandparents were on the Middle Passage. They weren't slaves. My house hasn't been redlined. I don't have to give the talk to my kids. I haven't been called the N-word. People don't cross the street at night when I walk down it. My kids don't get pulled over for being white. My house hasn't been appraised at a lower price, so fuck off with your white victim shit. You're not the victim of anything except for your own ignorance and racism, because that's what it is. Stop being the goddamn victim of everything. You're what's wrong with this country. You could be on the right side of history or on the white side of history. You're the victim of nothing. If you don't like living in a trailer and having sex with your cousin, then stop doing it. Stop voting for Republicans that shit on you. They do nothing except for make you emotionally angry and pissed off. You blame the libtards, the radical left, George Soros, Nancy Pelosi, the immigrants, the Muslims, the brown people, the black people, the trans people. It's literally you blame everybody except for the rich people that are screwing you. You think the people in the fields making $9 or $10 an hour, you think that they're buying the $1 million houses? 3 people own as much wealth as half of this country. Is that the immigrants in the fields? No, they're not the problem. You are. Your ignorance and your racism and your victim cards. So shove it up your ass. If there's next to Donald Trump up there, nobody wants to hear it. And for all of you fake Christians, you can shove your gold cross up there too. I was named after Paul, Saul of Tarsus. And you know why God sent Trump here? To expose you and the moral rot within his church. Because he's had enough of you. Weaponizing his name for white supremacy. Stop playing the victim. Have a white day.